If you are going to study in Australia in 2021, this video is just for you, as we are going to discuss about some key factors you need to consider if you are planning to study here in 2021. So without wasting any further time, let's dive into the topic. And also please make sure to stick around till the end, as I'm going to give you some key actionable tips that you can take away from this video and apply in your own individual circumstances. So there are two possible scenarios that can happen if you are planning to study here in Australia in 2021, which could be either the borders are open for international students in Australia in 2021 or they are not open. So we will look at both of these scenarios and see which factors you need to consider. So let's choose a negative scenario first, which is the borders remain closed for February-March 2021 for international students. So if the borders still remain closed, one of the things you will consider is that you'll have to study online from your home country. So the factor you need to consider here is, are you okay to study online from your home country? Obviously, online study is different than face-to-face learning, but you need to consider this option if you are okay to study online. There are obviously pros and cons of studying online. Some of the benefits is that it offers lots of flexibility, that you can study from anywhere around the globe and you don't have to specifically stick around with the timetables of lectures and tutorials, while there could be some challenges as well when studying online, which is sometimes it gets too comfortable for people to take it easy and they don't focus too much on their studies. So you'll have to weigh up these options, whether it's suitable for you to study online from your home country. And also with online studies, the other thing you have to consider, do you have enough technology to study online from your home country? So the technology obviously includes having a computer or laptop, obviously a stable internet connection, and the softwares that go along with your studies. Now obviously a lot of students choose to study in Australia because it gives them a chance to work while they are studying here, at least for 40 hours per fortnight. But if you are studying overseas from your home country, can you financially support yourself from overseas? This is another factor you need to consider. So another factor that comes in play here is that, can you find a full-time job in your home country to support yourself financially? As you know already that there are limitations on work hours in Australia if you are on a student visa, but there are no such restrictions if you are in your home country. So consider this factor as well if you can find a full-time position that you can work while studying from overseas. The another factor you have to compare is the cost of living. So the cost of living in your home country versus the cost of living in Australia. Now if you want to know about how is an average cost of living in Australia, we got you sorted on this channel as always. We've got this video that you can watch to understand the average cost for an international student in Australia. So after watching that video, compare the cost of living in your home country and in Australia and see if there is a potential saving over there for you to live in your home country and study online. And last but not the least, if you are planning to defer a semester because of online studies, think what sort of impact it has on your career goals. Sometimes you are at that specific age group that if you go beyond that age group, it impacts your career in the long run. For example, there are specific scores for the age group in the permanent migration program of Australia. So does the deferment of a course impact you somehow in your permanent migration program? So you need to consider this very important factor as well if you are planning to defer your course. Now let's look at the positive scenario, where the borders are reopened for international students in February and March 2021 and you are able to come to Australia for your studies. The first factor is, would you be able to arrange your flights to fly into Australia if the borders open for international students? Obviously there are a number of limited flights available at the moment and the cost of some of these flights are ridiculously high. So this is very important factor to consider as well if you are planning to come to Australia, especially if the borders are open. So another factor you have to consider here is the availability of jobs in Australia. At the moment, like many other countries in the world, Australia is suffering from economic pressure and there are less number of jobs available in the market. Although if you look at some of the new updates from Australian government, there is a positive news from the job front. But obviously there are still less jobs available as compared to what it was before pre-COVID-19. So you need to understand and you have to consider this factor that you may not be able to find a job for a while when you come here in Australia. So are you okay to survive without a job for few months when you come here in Australia, especially if the borders reopen for international students? And even if the borders might reopen in February, March 2021, there is a very good chance that your university or institute might run the classes online anyways. While some universities and institutes are planning to bring back face-to-face learning next year, there's still very good chance that your university or institute might still run the classes online, which possibly means that you may not be able to access the face-to-face learning and the facilities available at your institute or university. So these were the two scenarios. But now here are some key suggestions, key actionable tips you can take away from this video. The first and very important thing, many colleges are currently offering a lot of scholarships to international students who are planning to study a semester from their home country online. So our suggestion here is take advantage of these scholarships. For example, our friends at Southern Cross University are offering 30% scholarship to the new students who are commencing in session 1 February-March 2021. So those students who are planning to study online from their home countries can be eligible to apply for this scholarship. And if you join Southern Cross University's Melbourne, Sydney or Perth campus in March 2021, you can automatically take an advantage of their internship and employability program, which is also known as Career Edge. We have discussed about this program in quite a lot of details in this video. So if you would like to know more about this employability and internship program, I highly suggest you to watch this video. And obviously, Southern Cross University provides some of the most popular courses that international students study here in Australia, like Masters of IT, Masters of Professional Accounting, and many other courses. So if you would like to know more about these programs, I highly suggest you to get in touch with their team. You can do so by clicking the link in the description, put your details in that form, and one of the friendly team member will get back to you. Obviously, it doesn't cost you anything to have a discussion with their team members, and you can certainly ask them certain questions regarding your study here in Australia. Now, the second tip here is try to take some free short online courses and see how you cope with online studies. As I mentioned earlier, online study is different than face-to-face studies. While there are some challenges when you're studying online, it obviously has some benefits as well. So try to take some free online courses and see how you go with them. There are some free courses available online. Some of them we will put the link in the description so you can check them out as well. The next tip is look for what support systems are available from your university or institute. So if you are planning to study online, what sort of support systems are available for you? Are there any virtual clubs that you can join while you are studying? Or are there any specific academic support sessions that are available for you if you are studying online from your home country? Again, another example here is Southern Cross University hosts regular meetings with their students, and students can reach out to academic advisors for one-to-one support as well. So look out for what sort of support sessions or what sort of support channels are available in your institute or university, as it is very critical, especially if you are planning to study online. The next suggestion here is try to compare your home country's cost of living versus the cost of living in Australia. So look at some of those expenses that you will probably make if you are in Australia and what you are currently paying in your home country. One of the important consideration here is that your online study, even if you are doing it from your home country, will be counted toward your post-study work visa. So that is definitely an advantage if you are planning to study online from your home country. And one of the other suggestion is to negotiate with your overseas student health cover as well. Especially if you are not going to be here in Australia for a certain semester, ask if there are any discounts available with your OSHC provider. If you're already planning to do it through your agent, you should be asking this question to your agents, or you can directly book it yourself. So try to find out if there are any specific discounts or deals available for your health cover as well. And last but not the least is regarding jobs. If you do have to study one semester online, we highly recommend you to start finding a full-time job in your home country. Obviously, online study means that you can watch those lectures and tutorials at your own pace. So it's recommended that you should try to find a job to cover some of those expenses that you are paying for your studies. Well, these were some of the tips we wanted to discuss with you in this video. We hope you find some value in this video where we gave you comprehensive information regarding the factors you need to consider when you are planning to study here in Australia in 2021. And if you do, please make sure to share it with all your friends who can also consider these factors before studying here in Australia. And as always, we'll make sure we put all the useful links in the description, so make sure to check them out as well. Thank you for watching. See you in the next one.